Hey friends, Rick Walker here, inviting you to join myself and the entire SST Car Show crew today at the Ottawa-Gatineau International Auto Show in downtown Ottawa at the Ottawa Convention Shaw Centre. Over 30,000 people will come through the convention center this weekend to check out all of the new models. 29 auto manufacturers are represented at this event on 3 levels at the convention center. It is the biggest car show in the Ottawa region. If you're in the market for a new car, this is the place to come because you can compare all of the models, check out all of the features, and you can do it all under one roof in climate-controlled comfort, and there's no need to drive all over town. If you're just into cars, this is the place to be because there are lots of exotics on display, all kinds of unique and cool exhibits, and all kinds of automotive aftermarket displays to check out as well. This is a great family event. It's a place to come and have a lot of fun and educate yourself about what's new in the world of cars. So come on down, check out the Ottawa-Gatineau International Auto Show on all day today at the Ottawa Convention Center in downtown Ottawa. It'll be on all day today, and we will be here all day tomorrow as well. SST is brought to you by Stark Auto Sales, home of the ultimate worldwide scratch and dent car sale. Hey friends, I'm Rick Walker. Welcome to another edition of the SST Car Show. What an incredible show we have lined up for you today. We are going to show you a Mini Superleggera. It's a concept car. It shows you what Mini could be in the future. We're also going to show you highlights from this year's West Side Performance Car Show in Blenheim, Ontario, and another great car show in Blenheim, Ontario, part of Canada's classic car capital, Chatham-Kent, Ontario, the Blenheim Classics Car Show. Our own Elena Walker will take us for a walk through that event. But first, here's our review of the all-new Cadillac ELR. This is Cadillac's version of an electric car. We think you're gonna love it. We certainly did. If Batman was going to drive an electric car, I think this would be the one. The styling looks like something out of a science fiction movie. The angles, everything about it make it look futuristic. It has an aggressive look, but you need to be careful when you're going over speed bumps or even coming out of your driveway, because the car sits very low, especially in the front end. I found that every time I came out of my driveway, the nose scraped on the ground. I didn't have that problem driving into the driveway, but for some reason, every time I came out, I could hear it just kissing the pavement a little bit. The reason the front end on this car is so low to the ground is because it's really designed to maximize its aerodynamic efficiency. That's why the front grille really isn't a grille. It's all enclosed, so air doesn't flow into the engine compartment. That makes the car more aerodynamic, and why not? With an electric motor and a gasoline-powered generator, it really doesn't need a giant radiator in the front having air pass through it like a traditional gasoline-powered vehicle would need. The car has a very aggressive look. The interior is very luxurious. There is a substantial use of leather. When you sit in the car, it sort of wraps around you, it cocoons you, it makes you feel sort of secure, and the car also has some weight. It's a substantial vehicle. When you're driving, you feel like it's probably a bigger car than it really is. It has excellent road manners and gives you very good road feel. So how much power does this Cadillac ELR have? Well, if you were to compare it to a gasoline-powered engine, you'd be looking at about 160 to 180 horsepower, somewhere in that range. I'm sitting in the all-new Cadillac ELR, and I'm here to share my opinion about why I think electric cars today are still not selling as well as the car companies and as well as environmentalists would like them to be selling. The issue for me really is twofold. One, there's price, and that's self-explanatory. People have to pay a premium price for these vehicles, even with government subsidies, regardless of where you live. The other issue, and this is a big one, is range. General Motors has done studies that suggests the range on this vehicle at 60 kilometers, 67 if you charge it all night long, that is sort of adequate, and that is what makes the car useful to people because it's good for commuting and you can drive it around town. I would argue that here in North America, you have bigger issues than that with the range, because if you look at a map and you want to go from any major city to another major city in any area of, say, Canada, where you have any kind of dense population, the range is about 100 kilometers. So you need vehicles that have enough capacity in their batteries to propel these vehicles forward 100 kilometers so you can get to your next destination, to a place where you can plug in again without having to visit a gas station. Until these cars have that kind of range, I don't think the public will embrace them. At least not on the level that will provide the economies of scale that will be necessary to bring the prices down. We're getting very close, but the bottom line is General Motors and the other car companies need to add another 30 to 50 kilometers to the range of these vehicles, and when that happens, then it's a whole new ball game. But until then, I think the public will still be reluctant to purchase them. Overall, I really like the ELR. I'm not sure I would buy one, but I sure have enjoyed driving it. And now a look at the all-new BMW 650i with Matthew Wilson of BMW Canada. We found this unveiled BMW at this year's Canadian International Auto Show in Toronto. This car is a luxury vehicle. Why don't you tell our audience, I guess, who this car would appeal to? Obviously somebody a little more upscale.
Yeah, I mean, the 6 Series has a pretty broad appeal because we do have the 6 Series Cabriolet, we have the Grand Coupe, which is a 4-door version, and we also have the Coupe, which is for the more sports-oriented individual. But really a diverse group. This is a luxury car through and through, so we don't fall short in any regards there, but it's performance as well. So V8 engine with 445 horsepower, 0 to 60 times in the mid 4 seconds, so extremely capable in that regard too.
Okay, and what's new in regard to this car?
For 2016, this is kind of, as we call it, our aesthetic halo within the BMW lineup. So design takes on that much more importance. So they went to great efforts, especially on the front end, towards tweaking this vehicle, giving it that more sports appeal to it. The LED headlights are what we call our icon headlights. So I think within the industry, our headlights are probably the most recognizable, and this is the next generation of our headlight design. As well, the kidney has been changed as well, and it really accentuates kind of the low profile of this vehicle. On the inside, design, again, important, as is luxury. So the vehicle, as mentioned, was near perfect, I think, last year, but for 2016, number of enhancements give it what I think is now probably the best-in-class interior.
Finely crafted interior, high-end materials, ample use of leather. Is that simulated wood grain or is that real wood?
That, of course, is real wood grain. We don't use any simulated wood or trims in the 6 Series. A lot of what you see here is crafted by our BMW individual division, and individual can really provide, amp it up that much more. So, if you want wood from the tree in the backyard, they can put that on the trim for you. They can pretty much do anything in terms of the leather or the trims on the interior of these vehicles.
And I guess my last question is, what kind of price point are we looking at to get started on a vehicle like this?
For a 650 cab, you're around the 110 price point. The other two 6 Series non-M variants start around 99 to 100,000.
Okay, well, thank you very much for sharing the vehicle with us.
Thanks for coming.
And now, folks, our own Elena Walker takes us on a tour of this year's Blenheim Classics Car Show in Blenheim, Ontario.
this show is about quality, not quantity. Only cars 1988 or older are allowed in. In just a few short years, this has become one of this community's biggest annual events. So what brought you to the show today?
We just live out in Shrewsbury here, so we do it every year here, and it's just a nice size show.
Any dream car you found today?
I like the Thunderbirds.
Don't go away. When we come back, we'll announce our import and domestic cars of the year. Catch you right around the corner.
Don't go away, we've got more street sport television coming your way.
Steve Plunkett presents the Fleetwood Country Cruise-In, featuring 100 years of Dodge and Canada's Dukes of Hazzard cast reunion. Meet Tom Wopat, John Schneider, Rick Hurst, Sonny Schroyer, General Lee mechanic Tom Sarmenta, and other celebrities like George Barris, Linda Vaughn, Courtney Hanson, Gene Winfield, and Dennis Gage. See square dancing tractors, over 4,000 vintage cars, and dozens of General Lees. June 6th and 7th, 9282 Elviage Drive, London, Ontario. Visit FleetwoodCountryCruisin.com for more info on an automotive extravaganza like no other.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit starkautosales.com. Maverick Multimedia. We produce TV commercials and negotiate best possible airtime rates for our clients. We build custom websites with original photography and graphic design, not stock photos, and offer cost-effective search engine optimization plans that generate response. Real people serving clients across North America, getting you real results. Call 1-866-248-1490. Maverick Multimedia Incorporated. Way better marketing solutions.
The Southern Ontario Military Muster. See war reenactments, weapons demonstrations, vintage military vehicles. Honor the World War II veterans with a Veterans Parade marking the anniversary of VE Day, and the Portraits of Honor display paying tribute to Afghan vets. Tour the trenches, and don't miss this year's new attraction, the Supermodels America Vintage Fashion Show. The Southern Ontario Military Muster, June 13th and 14th at the Essex Sports Complex Arena and Grounds in Essex, Ontario. Visit militarymuster.ca.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
Steve Plunkett presents the Fleetwood Country Cruise-In, featuring 100 years of Dodge and Canada's Dukes of Hazzard cast reunion. Meet Tom Wopat, John Schneider, Rick Hurst, Sonny Schroyer, General Lee mechanic Tom Sarmenta, and other celebrities like George Barris, Linda Vaughn, Courtney Hanson, Gene Winfield, and Dennis Gage. See square dancing tractors, over 4,000 vintage cars, and dozens of General Lees. June 6th and 7th, 9282 Elviage Drive, London, Ontario. Visit FleetwoodCountryCruisin.com for more info on an automotive extravaganza like no other. Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. We just announced our 2015 Import and Domestic Cars of the Year. This year's Domestic Car of the Year, the Ford Mustang, on display right behind us here. And our Import Car of the Year, the Nissan Micra, the most affordable, lowest priced car in Canada. If you want to find out more about those vehicles and why they were selected as our import and domestic vehicles of the year, go to our website at streetsporttv.com and we'll have a lot more information for you online. Now let's take a look at a very cool concept car from Mini. This is the Mini Superleggera. We found it at the Canadian International Auto Show in Toronto. Behind us, we have the Superleggera. This thing looks hot. Where did all the styling cues come from? I mean, it's obviously Mini, but it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, partnership with Superleggera, obviously, and it really just invoked the emotion from the brand. Passion is what Mini is really about. Excitement, you've heard, and fun to drive. And if you picture driving a Mini, what's better in an Italian interior, tailored, open air concept. So it's really, it tells that story as you're driving the car and evokes that emotion from the brand. The brand is already extremely emotional. And so, layer that up with a fantastic partnership, Italian styling, Italian EQs, with some modern but yet some still iconic heritage points from Mini. You just have a unbelievable, undeniable, emotional product.
So there's a lot of sizzle there, but does it have the steak to back it up?
Well, not a lot of engine details, or frankly any engine details at this point. As I said, electric is the vision. I can tell you it came in here on its own power. It wasn't brought in by any other device. So it is running, it is working. But at this point, can't speak to any production plans. There's no knowledge from that standpoint. It is a vision, it is a concept, but like everybody has said to me here today, fingers are crossed. So it's good to see the excitement around it.
Well, I mean, it looks very practical in many ways. So this is something that we could see on the road.
It's definitely practical. And Mini has obviously it's convertible or it's cabriolet, which is the iconic Mini in convertible form. We had the two-seater Roadster, which is discontinuing this year as well from production. So wink and a smile. Let's hope that's an opening there. But again, at this point, our colleagues in Munich are telling us it is a vision and it is a concept, and that's where we sit for right now.
Okay, and who do you think a car like this would appeal to? I guess probably younger guys and older guys who maybe want to feel younger.
That's an easy answer, actually. If we talk about Mini, demographic like no one else, really. We have demographics starting in our 20s up into the 75-year-olds. So a broad range. What we say when people ask us who's driving this car, young at heart. Our product's for you. You like to drive and have that excitement and feel that go-kart handling. We have a product for you. So I would say this car will be no exception. It's going to lend itself to a broad spectrum, and we're excited to hear it.
All right, well, thank you very much for sharing it with us today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
And now some highlights from this year's West Side Performance Car Show in Blenheim, Ontario. Don't go away. When we come back, Automotive Hall of Fame pinstriper Yosemite Sam will join us.
Hi, I'm Elena. Don't go away, there's more SST coming right at you.
Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit starkautosales.com.
The Southern Ontario Military Muster. See war reenactments, weapons demonstrations, vintage military vehicles. Honor the World War II veterans with a Veterans Parade marking the anniversary of VE Day, and the Portraits of Honor display paying tribute to Afghan vets. Tour the trenches, and don't miss this year's new attraction, the Supermodels America Vintage Fashion Show. The Southern Ontario Military Muster, June 13th and 14th at the Essex Sports Complex Arena and Grounds in Essex, Ontario. Visit militarymuster.ca.
Steve Plunkett presents the Fleetwood Country Cruise-In, featuring 100 years of Dog and Canada's Dukes of Hazzard cast reunion. Meet Tom Wopat, John Schneider, Rick Hurst, Sonny Schroyer, General Lee mechanic Tom Sarmenta, and other celebrities like George Barris, Linda Vaughn, Courtney Hanson, Gene Winfield, and Dennis Gage. See square dancing tractors, over 4,000 vintage cars, and dozens of General Lees. June 6th and 7th, 9282 Elviage Drive, London, Ontario. Visit FleetwoodCountryCruisin.com for more info on an automotive extravaganza like no other. Maverick Multimedia. We produce TV commercials and negotiate best possible airtime rates for our clients. We build custom websites with original photography and graphic design, not stock photos, and offer cost-effective search engine optimization plans that generate response. Real people serving clients across North America, getting you real results. Call 1-866-248-1490. Maverick Multimedia Incorporated. Way better marketing solutions.
Turn back the hands of time with antique Chevrolet parts. Since 1971, we've been sourcing parts from around the world to help you restore and maintain antique Chevs. Nose to tail fins, we have your parts. Call us toll free at 1-866-767-2787. Get help from a real person or go to antiquechev.com. Download a catalog, order online, delivered to your front door. Antique Chev, helping you turn back the hands of time.
The Southern Ontario Military Muster. See war reenactments, weapons demonstrations, vintage military vehicles. Honor the World War II veterans with a Veterans Parade marking the anniversary of VE Day, and the Portraits of Honor display paying tribute to Afghan vets. Tour the trenches, and don't miss this year's new attraction, the Supermodels America Vintage Fashion Show. The Southern Ontario Military Muster, June 13th and 14th at the Essex Sports Complex Arena and Grounds in Essex, Ontario. Visit militarymuster.ca.
Looking for a better way to buy a car? Stark Auto Sales holds insurance recovery auctions every Monday. SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, motorcycles, even exotic sports cars. Thousands of vehicles in stock. Some are rebuildable wrecks, some just parts cars. Others are damage-free theft recoveries. You can save a lot of money bidding in person or online. Stark ships worldwide. If you're looking for a better way to buy a car, stop by the next Monday auction at 119 Union Street, Toronto, or visit starkautosales.com. Hey friends, welcome back to the SST Car Show. Off we go to Delaware, Ontario now, the home of Yosemite Sam Radoff. Sam is a Hall of Fame automotive pinstriper, and he shares with us now some insights into automotive design and the world of automotive pinstriping. Sam, there's a war going on out there. There's the old school pinstriper guys like you. Yep. And then there's all these young bucks who are out there ripping the vinyl off the printers and sitting in front of computers trying to put you out of business. So where's it all going? Because like, are the pinstripers dead?
Well, no, pinstriping's not dead, and more power to them. It creates a job for them, so they're doing what they want to do. I can't compete with vinyl in custom painting, so there's no sense even worried about that trade for me. And eventually they will find out that the real art is doing it in paint, and eventually they'll cross over and start doing paint and exploring those possibilities, having some fun with it. So right now there's a bigger market now for pinstripers. There's a ton of new pinstripers out there, young kids all over the world that are doing work that makes what I do look very elementary.
Well, I guess that, there's a progression in everything, including automotive art. But how do you get the guys today with, especially the younger guys who are looking at, I guess, price point when they're working on a car? How do you convince them to take that extra step and get them to hire someone like you or hire another pinstriper or a custom painter to lay on real paint?
Well, that's a tough market because most people are looking at the dollar. Okay, and they're saying, well, if it costs this much money to do this and it costs this much money to do that, I can save a few dollars by going with the vinyl. Okay, but that's what it is. It's vinyl.
It's a big sticker.
It's a big sticker, and you're not selling bathroom fixtures. You're not a plumber. Nothing wrong with those trades, but that vinyl works good as a commercial vehicle, not as a custom vehicle.
So let me ask you this. If you custom paint your car, and you get it pinstriped by someone with a name, like yourself or another well-known pinstriper, do you think that enhances the value of the vehicle?
Oh, definitely. The name recognition definitely helps a person because now they've got bragging rights. They can say, well, Sam pinstriped my car. Or when they go to sell it, they can use it as a promotional thing to sell the vehicle. So it does help. A lot of times I had one fellow take my name off the vehicle because I sign everything. It's a work of art. And he took the name off, and then long story short, he came back, says, I want the name put back on. And he says, how much? I said, well, how much did I charge in the first place? So he told me, and I said, that's the price. But I didn't charge him for it. I just tried to make a point that the name is worth as much or more than the actual pinstriping. Most of the car people are very aware of the difference between vinyl and the real thing. So you don't have that much problem. The problem arises with the younger kids that are starting off and don't know. So they end up at a sign shop getting some vinyl, and maybe down the road they'll find some out, go to a cruise and find out what they should have done. So it's out there. They do learn, and they find out it's not made for custom vehicles.
Well, now you know, because we've all been told by the master himself, Yosemite Sam Radoff. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, friends, that's all the time we have today. We got to run. So until next time, I'm Rick Walker reminding you, when you can't get to the car show, we will bring the car show to you. Catch you next time right here on the next edition of the SST Car Show.
This has been a Maverick Multimedia production.